Hello everyone, welcome. Today we are back in Enthusia Professional Racing. We've got the gorgeous NA2 NSX. A little bit of a controversial design choice. Not everyone likes the removal with the pop-up headlights. I definitely like it a lot. It's really cool. Hello, welcome Mr. Midnight. Welcome to the stream. We get to I've been excited for this entire week. This car, the NSX, absolutely gorgeous. It is so nice. It's gonna drive nice too. Hello, welcome Dylan. Hope you're doing well today. And oh my gosh, you can see just how fast it is. Due to the fact that the odds for this car are so low. Like it is. Most races we enter aren't gonna be fair. Playing Forza Horizon 5, nice. Yeah, I saw you post in the Discord the Nissan Tuturu. It's so weird. It's with it being a Mexican car. It's an older chassis, but it's a recent model year, which I was not expecting one bit. Oh my gosh. Did a little bit of research on that as well. Really cool car. 992 Type R is my favorites. Take on a Toge and Forza Horizon 5. Oh yeah, the NA1 Type R. That is a gorgeous vehicle as well. Both the NA1 and NA2 Type R using extensive amounts of carbon fiber throughout. Not that much power increase compared to the standard NSX, but oh my gosh, the amount of power with the amount of weight that they managed to reduce in an already very light car is impressive. Currently auction house trying to cap the Huracan. And you got the Aventador SVJ, I think you said earlier. Cherry with gold wire wheels, very nice. But for me, I love my Type R's in championship white because that is a color that Honda used on the old F1 cars. So it's kind of like the red Ferrari. It's the white Honda Type R, or the Impreza blue Subaru STIs. It's just an iconic color. We get to see the performance difference here between the NSX Type S and the NSX Type R. Fairly even down the straight. See if we can't hang it around the outside. Or just barely. But man, this thing absolutely loves the corners. It drives so well. Just a little bit of oversteer if you can kind of throw the weight around, and it is good. Took a little bit of watch stream again. Yeah, definitely glad to have you back. Like I said, it's been a little while. Obviously, though, with schooling and training and all that stuff, that always comes first, though. Like the VODs will, unless it gets like a copyright strike or something like that, or there's major technical issues during the stream, the VODs will always be here, all that stuff. So, always free to watch some of the old stuff too, if you want. Forza Horizon 5 has a ton of stuff to do. Yeah, I imagine with it being an open world game, it needs to have a lot to do. Like too many open world games feel kind of empty and stuff. So you need to just like jam pack with like races that use pretty much every single stretch of road, as well as other sort of more freeform events as well, where you see something off in the distance and you're like, oh yeah, I'd love to do that. The drift zones, the jumps and everything. Like, as much criticism as I will give the Forza Horizon games, from an outsider's perspective, as someone who hasn't played them, the open world design though in those games is very good. And each game you play each game definitely feels very different in terms of the scenery from other games. Black NPCs make the map feel dead though. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I was hoping that maybe with the next one they can add, like pedestrians and a little bit more traffic density, or at the very least have a bit more believable traffic density where, yeah, if you're on the back roads, you're not going to see that many cars, but if you're on a highway or like in an urban environment, you're going to see a lot more pedestrians, a lot more cars and all that stuff. It's the only minute I have is film with the cars. Yeah, that is unfortunate because it is very anti-consumer with FOMO. Like that's why I stopped playing GTA Online before I started kind of shortly after I started streaming, because with was it the Mercenaries update, or yeah, I think it was the Mercenaries update that removed a whole bunch of like vehicles and everything, and added them to like, you know, the randomly rotating shops and all that, and I didn't like that. Remember how Forza Horizon 1 had whole raised festival at night? Yeah, it's true. I think that they should kind of bring back a bit more of the music and like car culture aspect of it. Because right now it's kind of turning more so, at least from an outsider's perspective, is seeing other people and hearing other people talk about the game and everything. It seems like it's more so just now, yeah, it's in Mexico, but like there's not much like that really kind of makes it Mexican, you know, and there's not really much like car culture there. It doesn't really kind of feel like a festival anymore. It just kind of feels like a much more fictional event. I'll try to get every car in the game. Oh my gosh, you did it in Forza Horizon 4. How much did that game have? I must have like what, 400, 500 cars? That's a lot of dedication to do that. Especially because some of them I imagine were like the DLC stuff and everything. Which to me is one of the most important factors in making a game. It's definitely important. It can help kind of shape the vibes. Like most of my formative years, you know, playing the Need for Speed, playing the Midnight Club games and all that stuff. Like most of the music that I like now, I discovered either from those games or from like getting recommended bands that were similar to bands I listened to from those games. 700. Oh, okay. 751 cars. That is a mind-boggling. That's. Jeez. I'm glad the game gives you credits. You know, like candy, but jeez. How much is in Forza Horizon 5? Probably a little bit over 800. I can't imagine they added too many more. But I could be wrong. I could very easily be wrong. Wow. Yeah, I got to get the NSX level up a little more. I don't think that. Oh my. So with DLCs and everything, you're looking at. We had the Lego one, which was eh. What other DLCs you having for? You had Fortune Island, I think, which added, I think, like what, 20 cars? 10 to 20 cars. I know the Umbras was one of the vehicles added there. I don't remember there being too many other vehicles added in that one. Also had 751 including DLCs. Okay. Jeez, that is still a lot though. Oh my gosh. That is a crazy amount. And you got all of them. Probably a lot of duplicates as well from like the wheel spins and everything. I'll be honest, I only bought Fortune Island for the Toga. I mean, it seemed like a cool expansion, you know. Have a bit more of an off-roady focus map and everything. Like it wasn't a bad idea, but it definitely wasn't nearly as good as at least, you know, from a thematic point of view, wasn't nearly as good as the snow expansion from and the Hot Wheels expansion in Forza Horizon 3, because those were so different from the regular game that it felt like something fresh that you can kind of go to if you wanted to break from the regular game. Dang, there's a bidding war in the Urdacan. I can imagine. I mean, it's, you know, very the Urdacan, Lamborghinis in general are like super popular, you know, supercars nowadays. Welcome to Stream Hunter Iggy. What's up? Nothing much. Right now we're driving the. Whoa! Okay, third person is a little bit sketchy in this game. We're driving the NA2 NSX Type R. Absolutely amazing. Handles like a dream. Gotta find a way to get past this TBR though, because the TBR is also very lightweight, and it's got a bit more power than us. The Rally DLC for Forza Horizon 5 was actually pretty solid. Yeah, I was watching one of my streaming buddies, David Katz. He's on Twitch. He's also a VTuber who does more so variety content, but he played the Rally DLC there. And that was a lot of, that was really cool. I definitely like the fact that you got the Focus pretty early as well. The Focus rally car is an absolutely gorgeous car. What are my thoughts on the new Forza Motorsport? I haven't played it myself yet. But a lot of my friends, a lot of other people that I know that stream racing games and everything have played it, and I've watched some of their streams as well. And I don't like the look of it. I don't. From the excessive grind to unlock car parts, that the individual, for each individual car, not for like manufacturer or vehicle type or whatever, which would make sense at least there. No, for each individual car, to the lack of single player content, the same issue I had with Gran Turismo 7. Because there's not much to do. Like, there's almost no race car racing events. And then the bugs as well. Like, the PC version is like filled with bugs. Like, a friend of mine, he played like 4 or 5 hours, and the game just deleted his save. So he had to start from scratch again, which was very, very, very frustrating for him. So it's just, I don't like it. Both Gran Turismo and Forza have dropped the ball in the latest installments, 100%. Talked to you earlier about spreadsheet working on acoustic car racing stuff. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter or X or what have you. There's a lot of events in this game people might not even see. And for there's a race. A lot of races limited to very few particular cars. Yeah, definitely. Like, especially like the super slow cars, like the Fiat 500 and stuff. There's some really, really rare stuff there. I haven't unlocked every single vehicle yet. I'm getting close, but it's gonna take a little bit. But I'm trying to get all of the cars unlocked into level 10, including the super slow F-class cars. Also, the Qatar GPU is a thing. Oh yeah, I saw that. Outside of the track limits issues, which was very, very, very rough, and the tires as well. The tires couldn't even last like, you know, a full stint. Like, it was absolutely, and that race was a mess. From the Mercedes drivers whipping themselves out in the first lap to, yeah, like a couple drivers getting sick after the race and everything because of the heat. It's just weird because motorcycles, MotoGP was able to race there for years at the Losail circuit without any issues. But Formula 1 goes there, and it's just, it's issues non-stop. It could just be that Losail is just designed more so for motorcycle racing than Formula 1 racing, and the added stress is just, they can't quite handle it. It's called the 80s Still Rolling. The Brady Games guy has a list, has a few mistakes. Funny you should mention that. There's, on the GT platform, which is usually for Gran Turismo, there's a subsection in there for Enthusia Professional Racing. It's not a super active board, but it's a moderately active board. And I saw one of the posts today, it's one of the order posts, someone had bought the Brady Games guide and was kind of going through it a little bit. And they were mentioning, like, oh yeah, the stats for the vehicles and how much weight gets removed from the cars and all that stuff for each weight reduction upgrade. That was you? No way. It was a couple years. I don't forget exactly how old it was. But yeah, like it was, yeah, they just bought a copy, and they had a couple pictures online posted of it. No way, small world. And the drivers sit in front of 1,000 horsepower engines only adds heat. That is true. Plus, also it was just a very, very hot event. Like, Singapore is similarly very, very difficult on the drivers. Even more so, honestly, because of it being a much more technical circuit, a lot more slower speed corners, And Singapore is also very, very humid as well. Like, oh my gosh, so humid. Let me down back the music. Set that. There we go. Oh my gosh, yo, that is. But yeah, I'm hoping that Formula One's kind of able to get his act together, because otherwise, it's very. This race recently was just very disappointing. You're not getting hurt again. Oh no. Yeah, that's unfortunate when you have the bidding wars. Even when you're up against like virtual people in like Car Mechanic Simulator, you really want the car, but like everyone else wants the car as well, and just like more money, and you realize, oh my gosh, you realize just how much you're spending on the vehicle. It's ridiculous. June 2021. I didn't realize it was that long ago. And that time I played through the game, beginning of the year for the first time. Yeah, was that you that did it in the Subaru Legacy? I think that did you post also beating King of the Year on there? I'm trying to remember. I don't really pay attention to usernames that much on like forums. I'm also just focused on the content. Yeah, I think someone mentioned, if that was you, someone mentioned like it was like the right car at the right time. Where it brought out, it was fast enough to beat the Skyline, but not quite fast enough, you know, to bring out like the super fast cars, like the EV110. Forza 5 has 767 cars in counting. That's not that much. I guess if you're looking at end of life versus beginning of life, for Forza Horizon 5 versus Forza Horizon 4, that's not that bad. It basically kind of brought over a vast majority of the cars from Forza Horizon 4, and then added a couple more as well. So that's still a very solid amount. GG on that front, Forza. As a Subaru Legacy, I think Wolf commented it was the right car at the right time. Nice. I need to be more active on like like those types of like forums and stuff like that. Just because I enjoy like some of the more obscure games, but oftentimes I lurk. I lurk like crazy. I mostly just like read what other people would say about the stuff. But oh my gosh, this freaking small world. Wow. I like when you have a faster car though. I like doing the Speediopolis ring. Because one, I like the Indy 500. It's a really fun event. Never gone to it. Highly recommend trying to go to it. It's very cool seeing, you know, open wheel cars going 240 miles an hour on an oval track like this. Absolutely great, and it's fun doing it in the road cars as well. But unfortunately, with the game, you don't really get a chance to do it that much because most of the time you're up against much faster opponents, and there's not much you can do to beat them. Unless you're in a vehicle that doesn't have the best handling but has a lot of power, like the Mercedes S-classes. Like, if they were gonna do an Indy-style race where they should have done the road course instead of the oval. I'm gonna go through Forza Horizon 4's colorless Yosemite from that game on Forza Horizon 5. That sounds like a good idea. See what is missing. I know there was some, because I do keep in touch on the news and everything. If I remember correctly, there was some vehicles due to licensing, like some Aston Martins, I think, was like some of the big ones that couldn't get put into Forza Horizon 5 due to licensing, and it was only later on when they finally got it worked out that they added them as like prize cars and stuff for like the special events. Also, I'm gonna look, but there's not enough activity for work on that subforum. Figure from playing the game as well, try to generate some discussion. That is true. But also on the other hand, there's only so much you can say about like an older game that hasn't already been said before. But yeah, I might you know, reactivate my GT Planet accounts and actually go, you know, post and stuff. I don't know if I should use my old one or if I might create a new one under, you know, the VTuber name instead. Just so it's a bit more digital footprints don't lead to other people and everything. I won't be including Forza editions in pre-order cars. Forza editions I can definitely understand because most of them are just performance enhanced with custom liveries and everything. Pre-order cars are kind of iffy though, because they do count as unique vehicles, and oftentimes they are unique vehicles. But the fact that it can't be obtained through like normal gameplay most of the time is unfortunate, and probably results in them being removed from the discussion. So I don't really like pre-order bonuses. I've gotten to the point where I just don't pre-order games anymore. Definitely posting a spreadsheet there. Like to issue a challenge to try and race every event at least once. Ooh. We've done quite a few of them. Does that include every unique? Because there's multiple tiers of one make event, right? Like I think there's like 4 or 5 tiers of one make races. Would that include each and every one? Because that'd be much more difficult to keep track of. Versus, no, just okay. I did a one make event. Like there's one specifically for the NSX Type R that I'm hoping we get soon. That gives you the Audi R8 race car. I am familiar with that one, but it's very rare. Pretty cars from Forza Horizon 4 are just upgraded version normal cars. Oh, okay. So then they're not even unique vehicles then. So yeah, I can definitely see not counting them. I'm using the sheet right now and it tracks the best points slots for each race. So it's been fun to try to beat my score by using slower car racing against faster vehicles. Oh, that sounds like a fun self-imposed challenge. I definitely don't know nearly enough about the game to try to do that. So right now I've been basically just trying to go through the game, getting every single vehicle to level 10. I found some really cool vehicles, some hidden gems that when you upgrade them are actually really nice to drive. Like the Chevy Astro, for its size, like it gets very quick for a van when you upgrade it. Like that is an absolutely amazing. I was not expecting it. And the four-wheel drive and the added grip from the tires when you get it to level 10. Or level 9 technically, because I usually replace the vehicles once I get to level 10. It is very quick. There are 250 total events. We include all the duplicates in different tiers. I don't count all the one makes separately. So I do we made for that. Well, I was also talking about like different tiers of one make events. Like you have the lower tier which gives you the Miata, and no matter what car you use for that tier, it's always the Miata. You use the higher tier, it's how does it? Is it Miata, Civic Type R, NS? Then it's the I think the R34 R32 GTR. And then with the R32 GTR, it's the NSX Type S. And then from the NSX Type S specifically, it's the Type R. And then from the Type R, it's the R8. I think is how it goes. I may have skipped a stage there. The upper stages I know are pretty close to correct. But the lower stages, I'm not nearly as familiar. Because normally, by the time you get to that stage, you're like, oh, I've already won this vehicle. But yeah, no, there's a lot of events in this game. There's a very good good variety of events, very good variety of cars. Like no matter what car you pick, like the thing I love about this game is every car is usable to some extent. Like very rarely you're gonna get a vehicle and then get stuck with you can't enter an event without that, like it won't just blow you out of the water. You have some difficulty here and there, but otherwise, like, the game's usually pretty fair to you. 2 Alpha modes on Forza Horizon 5. The P3 and Discover Quadrifoglio. Interesting. What if their plans, there's any plans to get those released at a later date? So I know there was a licensing issue with Stellantis as well. Not only for Forza Horizon 5, but also the Crew Motorfest had some licensing issues with Stellantis. And it took them a while to kind of reach an agreement to get the vehicles in the Crew Motorfest as well. And they're missing quite a few Stellantis cars in that game too. So I do wonder if there isn't there wasn't Forza Horizon 5 didn't have the same issue. I know there was some licensing issues with the Aston Martin, but I can't remember some of the other brands that they had issues with. He's gonna brakes, just kind of glide through them, glide through the turns. That's not gliding. That's a little bit wide there. Gotta remember the NSX and high speed corners. It does have a little bit of throttle on understeer. Yeah, it's weird. R4 gives you the Miata, then the Civic Type R, then it gives you the Skyline, except if you... Oh! See, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know about the other Civic, the EP3. I mean, I have it in the game, but I didn't know about that one make event specifically for the Type R, the EK9 Type R. That is cool. So it's almost like a pathway to getting faster Honda vehicles as well. I wonder if the EP3 has a special make event that'll give you the NSX. So I know the NSX Type S, the NA1, that gives you the Type R in a one make event. That's specific only to it. So that is cool. That is really cool. I wish there was more vehicle specific one make events. Poor Aston Martin's missing. Yep. Yeah, I do remember reading about the license issue with the Aston Martin. I think the Vulcan was the biggest one that people were upset about, because that was basically like one of like the big cars in Horizon 4. So the fact that it's gone in Horizon 5 got a lot of people upset. And R1 most cars give the NSX Type S. Then the as Type S gives a Type R, R32 Skyline gives the Spec Nürburgring, and the Type R and the Spec Nürburgring give the R8 race cars. Oh, the Spec Nürburgring also does the R8. Okay, cool. Sweet. That is awesome. Because the R8 race car is a very difficult one to get. You basically need to go McLaren. You basically need to unlock the McLaren from one of the RS events and use that to get the R390, and then hope that the R390 is fast enough to compete against the prototypes, because it's just slightly off the pace. Yo, not hours like this time. Welcome, Adachi. Hope you're doing well. Right now we are carving through Rev City in the wonderful NSX Type R. Absolutely gorgeous machine. I wish the earlier tier of race tracks were used in later tier events as well. Like, I actually really enjoy driving on Mystic Caveway and Rev City and Marco Stratos, but they only show up in like the RS events or in like the super low tier events. So if you want to maintain a decent ranking, it's very difficult to kind of go back and drive on those tracks. But welcome, hope you're doing well today. How are things? How be life? How be life up north? Probably getting a bit colder now. No, the normal Pagani Huayra isn't in Forza Horizon 5, but is in Horizon 4. Yeah, but I think they have a couple of like special edition Huayras to kind of make up for it. But yeah, it is unfortunate that the standard Huayra isn't in Horizon 5 as well. Because I actually quite like the look of the look of the Huayra. I like the Zonda better, but the Huayra is a nice vehicle as well. It's good because not every car gives a one-make race. HD has a list of cars which have one. Oh gosh, a little bit sketchy that corner. And it's not grouped by class or anything obvious. Like, I think the R4, like most of the starter cars are available for that one, just to kind of show you, hey, you can win special vehicles from races. Keep an eye out for those. Kind of to showcase that to the players. But yeah. And there's several rival races in each class. rival races in each class? Oh, like the one-on-one races on like the rally tracks, or like the Marco Strato wets, or Dragon Range. Yeah, oh, those are a lot of fun, but they're super risky though if you're trying to get some decent ranking points, because it's basically all or nothing. They have the Huayra BC, and they even had the number 1 on the title screen in Forza Horizon 1 anniversary. Oof, big oof there. They showcased the car, but yeah, that is rough. T6 Beetle versus Subaru Young, Boxer Engine versus Boxer Engine, the Beetle versus the Lady Beetle. That'd actually be a fun matchup. But yeah, no, it's definitely cool if you could do it against more aggressive AI and everything. Because I enjoy doing the RS events, because the RS events are genuinely challenging, especially if in a slower vehicle. And you gotta really try to kind of push through and use the AI's mistakes to your advantage. But like, oftentimes like the track variety and like the upper level races just isn't there, which is unfortunate, because I love the lower tier tracks, because sometimes you can get a bit more battles going. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that list now. I might try to see, you know, what self-imposed challenges could be done with that. So I've been trying to kind of revisit some games that have already beaten vanilla-wise on stream, and do like special challenges for those. That'd be cool. Hudson Hornet is missing. It's missing from 5 and wasn't 4. Oh man, I like the Hudson Hornets. It's such a cool car with lots of history as well. Plus also all the car's liveries are really high quality for it. It's a shame it's not in 5. With it being used very frequently in like dirt track racing and everything, would have been really cool to have in a game with lots of off-road sections. I'm trying to find a specific renovation company. I have zero information to well, that's not good for business. Zero information to contact. Contact us. Okay, how? Wow, alright. That's silly. Send you a link on Twitter. The car list is incomplete. All the events should be there if you want to have a look. Yeah, definitely. That'd be really cool. Kind of go through. Right now, I'm mainly doing the self-imposed challenge of every vehicle level 10. But it'd be kind of cool to try to then eventually do every single event, get that kind of checked off on the list. There's a Horizon 4 where you can do that would get me 4 cars for free. Ooh, that's nice. Also, where is that one make event? We aren't getting that at all. Like, this, of course this will give us, you know, 3.0 odds. But like everything else, it's not giving us a one make event. We're close to leveling us at the max level, and we haven't been given a single one make event. Like, oof. That is rough. Yeah, no, definitely looking for that spreadsheet. So just like curiosity, what 4 cars are you planning on are likely to get when you do the stories? That'd be nice. You get 4 cars, hopefully good cars as well. You get the Vocho, Papa Fernando with the Vocho. I know that's a big meme for Forza Horizon 5. Happens RNG. The RNG is not strong. RNG is very upset. We have offended RNGesus. Now we have been smited for our crimes. Smited? Smote? We have been smote for our crimes. I think it was the BTR. I collaborated with Donut Media and featured 2 stories based on them. I get the high-low 50Z from them. Ooh. Nice. Back when Donut Media was did more actual like automotive stuff. Now it's top 10 weirdest Amazon parts for your car. Like, nah, I missed the Up to Speed. I missed the Science Garage. I missed all that stuff. Bring that back, please. Don't just turn into a BuzzFeed channel. I know I'm throwing a lot of shade, but like, come on. I love the old content. I know it took more effort to make, but it was good content. Like, I used to get excited every Thursday when they released Up to Speed. Even if it was a vehicle I knew intimately. Like, it was still just fun to watch. Got the Beetle versus Super event when I got to level 8. Brady Guide says, new Beetle, which I'm sure was a mistake. Like, I began to doubt myself. Until I finally leveled up. Yeah, the new Beetle would absolutely blow the 360 out of the water, though. Because the new Beetle's got, what, about 118 horsepower, something like that? And that's when it's stock. It probably has more power when it's fully upgraded. So the old Beetle versus the old Subaru probably makes a lot more sense. I wonder what the game technically recognizes as the slowest vehicle in the game. Like it's gotta be one of like the F-class cars. So maybe something like the Citroen 2CV or the I can't imagine the Beetle, because the Beetle's got some decent power actually for an F-class car. Maybe the Subaru. Maybe the Subaru 360 is the slowest? I don't know. The Subaru 360's got to be very low on the list. It's only got about like 500 is slowest. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that one's got what, like 11 horsepower? The 360's got 17. The Citroen 2CV's got what, 20, I think? And the Beetle, I think, either has 22 or 44, depending on what year Beetle is. I think it's 22. It's the older Beetle. Or at least it's the worst odds. So listen to Past Gas recently, but I'm still episodes in 2020. Yeah, Past Gas isn't bad though. Like, it's solid. Like it's one of the few things I still watch from the channel, but like I definitely miss old Donuts when they would do all like the more like automotive, like purely like automotive focused content. Is this some new stream music? Yes. So that is good ear, good catch. I thought with 1 year coming up fairly soon, within a month, may as well start kind of beginning to upgrade here and there. I created a synthwave / cyberpunk medley that's about 30 minutes long. That uses a bunch of like copyright-free music, and they're all listed in order in the description as well. So you can go look them up and listen to them as well. But it's good, nice background music to have. That way it's not just the just Neon Drive by Punch Deck. You get a couple of other songs in there as well. It's about 30-ish minutes long, there or thereabouts. So you may hear a song, like 3 or 4 or 5 times throughout a stream, instead of hearing just one song constantly. So I know, as someone who is streaming nearly every day, that definitely gets a little bit difficult as well. Cause you're like nowadays I have Neon Drive just stuck in my head as well. Like the BPM and everything, the bass line. And I'm like, oh gosh. Yeah, definitely time to get a little bit of variety in. But I made sure to kind of keep the theme, the rhythm similar, so it's still background music. It doesn't really stand out too much. It's something that can just kind of helps kind of fill in a little bit of dead air and everything. I think the GTA Vice City stream was the first to have the music. So I did it over the weekend, especially now that I've been editing videos and everything. I thought may as well be, edit the music together, kind of blend them together as well, so that you don't really get too much dead air either on the songs until it resets, because it's difficult to get it to not have a pause when the music resets. But yeah, it's nice. I'm thinking about soon commissioning a better overlay as well for the stream, because this is, one, super bare bones, and two, could definitely look a lot better as well. So I need to find an artist for that. But yeah, steadily working on improving that. The stream stuff and everything. Now that I've kind of begun to find my footing just a little bit, it is still not giving me the one make event. We're literally gonna go the entire way to level 10, because we're at level 9 now. We are literally gonna go the entire one make event. The entire way to level 10, and we are not going to see that one make event. That is sad. New card pack came out for Forza Horizon 5 today. Oh, nice. What's all in it? Hopefully some good stuff. I know the Nissan Suru came out, because everyone was like gushing about that. They're like, yes, finally we're getting a car directly related to the culture of the country we are in, with it being, a Mexican market car that is also popular in like the tuner scene down there and everything. So people were absolutely gushing about that. But what are some of the other cars as well? Got the new Porsche 911, very nice. Get a nice sports car there. And then the new ninth generation, I think it is now, Volkswagen Golf. Is it 8th or 9th generation now? I've kind of lost track. The Golf generation, after 6th generation, they kind of started blending together a little bit, where it's much more difficult to kind of tell them apart. The more modern Golfs. Like I can look at anything from 1st through 6th generation and be like, oh yeah, that's just this generation. But after that, it's much more tricky to kind of tell them apart. But still very nice. You get a very nice hot hatch. You get a gorgeous German supercar. Very nice. Okay, yeah, definitely. Take your time. Don't rush through that. Make sure you wash your hands all nice and clean as well. Especially now that it's cold and flu season and everything. Definitely want to make sure you don't get sick. Like me, I was a dummy. I got sick. I always get sick during the fall though. It's just the allergies make it easy for me to get sick. I'm feeling a lot better now though. Like nearly 100%. Like I'm at like 97%. I'm good. I'm Gucci. Oh, this thing is so fast. I'm gonna miss the NSX Type R. This has been absolutely amazing to drive though. Like for a mid-engine vehicle, it is just very well behaved. Like even in the wet, like I'm being very aggressive with it. And it's it's still not trying to murder me. I just don't like winter because you will have less of a reason to wash your hands. Yeah, no, always wash your hands. Always wash your hands. But you do have buses have an excuse to be late as well. Yeah. Oh, the snow, the traffic, oh, it was wet. Mate, if you don't know how to drive in the wet, why are you a driver? Have I raced any of the F-Class cars in stream yet? No, I haven't. It'll be a little bit before we race an F-Class car. But I'm looking forward to it, because that is going to be very tricky. You got to go like really ballsy, very gutsy driving to and really kind of abuse tracks that the AI is not that good on, in order to really kind of boost your ranking. Excuses. Too cold to wash your hands. Mate, Use hot water and then dry them thoroughly. You'll probably warm up your hands. What? Too cold to wash your hands. Do you guys not have hot water in Illinois? Jeez. Too cold to wash your hands. Bruh, literally, to combat frostbite, you use warm water. Just lazy like that. Ah, that's so gross. Like, I'm not necessarily a neat freak per se, but like, I at the very least try to, you know, have decent hygiene. You know, I put some effort into that, you know. Don't need to necessarily have hair always perfect or, you know, always super clean shaven, but like, at least make sure you're clean. Clean clothes, clean body, clean mind, and all that stuff. Back when I was working retail. Oh, retail's a lot of fun though. You learn. It's a very humbling experience, but you end up with some of the best stories that you can laugh about later. Alright, so it has the Elemental RP1. Ooh, sweet. KTM Crossbow GT2. Very nice. Push 917. Very good. And the Golf R. Ooh, very nice selection of vehicles. Very cool. Awesome. I especially like the KTM Crossbow GT too. Oh my gosh, that is. I hope ACC adds GT2 class cars, because those are so much fun. They got more power than a GT3 car, but less downforce, so they're very squirrely to drive. They're basically like driving on like expert mode, and I wanna try to race vehicles like that. But they're not in that many sims. Being hurry isn't that bad though, unless you're working in a bakery. True. Then you gotta have the hair nets and everything. Thankfully though, I've never worked food. I love cooking, but I'd probably hate cooking if I had to do it as a job. When I worked retail, it was an auto parts store. That the one that doesn't have a fancy jingle, or the one that has like the least known fancy jingle. That's a national store. Where you're not getting in the zone. There's no OOOs. I worked foods wasn't so bad, just lazy folks. I didn't realize they added the Da Vinci. They added the Da Vinci concept. Oh, sweet. That is cool. That's a cool car as well. Yeah, no, that's. Oh gosh, people don't wash their hands when you work with food, especially. That is. Oh, that is dreadful. See the worst things I've had to deal with. When I was working retail at the auto parts store, is basically one of three things. You either had people trying to get parts for cars that were like 30 years old, and they're like, okay, well, we're gonna have to order that. It'll take a little bit because it's got to come from the warehouse. We don't have that in stock, and they get like super upset. The people that would complain about the pricing, which, as a retail employee, you can't control that. I don't get why people get angry at retail employees for the pricing as well. Like, that is corporate. Yeah, you have an issue with them. Like, not even management can control the pricing. Like, it's a bit ridiculous. Like, even the managers are like, I legitimately, like, corporate tells me what to set the prices at, what things can be discounted based on like inventory and everything. And it's dreadful. Thankfully, most people have gotten better at understanding in recent years, but you always get a few that, you know, think that yelling at some retail employee will fix that. I was supposed to be added when the Hot Wheels expansion came out. Got replaced by the 962 CR. I mean, the 962 CR is a great vehicle as well. A lot of downforce, so that would be good for, you know, the Hot Wheels tracks. Doesn't feel like since you work there, you have power and voice, I guess. I know, like, seriously, you have. The only power I have is to make sure you get the best service possible from me and then or to quit. Though those are the two powers I have. And I'll make sure, even if you're not fully nice to me, I will still make sure you get that first power. Because I know all of us, we have crap days where sometimes, you know, you lash out or what have you, and you don't mean it. I get that, you know, nothing's going right, things are crap. And, you know, with this, that last little straw, and you're like, you know, for fudge's sake, you know. I totally get that. But I have no power with what corporate decides to do. So, as much as I enjoyed my time in retail though, like I got a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Perspective, I think. You know, you get to see people at the best, you get to see people at the worst in retail. You get to see people that, you know, will blow a couple $100s in car parts and, you know, accessories from that aisle, you know, that aisle in the auto parts store, whereas all like the you know, the chrome stuff, the paints and everything, that aisle, they'll blow that on their vehicle. And then you see other people who are like, oh dang, I need a new battery and I don't get paid until next week. And it's, you know, you see them kind of, you got to try to like work within their budget and everything. Seen someone buy a ton of motor oil, like an entire cart full. Yeah, some people, maybe they got like a side hustle or whatever. Like I know one guy, he ran an independent shop. He still runs that shop. But he would always, since technically he classified as a commercial entity, he got the commercial discount for us, from us. So he'd be like, so since he was literally just down the road, he's like, hey, you got XYZ parts? I'm like, yeah, we have XY. We don't have Z. We can order Z. We got X and Y. It'll be this amount. Oh, no, I should be in the system. I'm under it. And like most other things, like an actual, like, you know, business. This is literally just like Jim's garage. And like you look up the address on like Google Maps and everything. So I was curious one day and it was slow. And it's literally just his house. Like he's got a larger garage right by his house. And it's just his house that, you know, but apparently like other customers have taken cars to him and he's done like, you know, basic like engine work and like that type of stuff. And so technically, you know, he classified as a commercial business. So he got the commercial discount. Nice guy though. Wonder how he's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. Because I stopped working back just before COVID hit, believe it or not. Like I dodged a major bullet starting an engineering job just before the craziness hit. Alright, let's get the random number generator up while we can get the competition cars. Everyone does have a story. Some stories are really cool though. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3. We have four competition cars we can use. All of them are rally cars, so it doesn't matter which one, really. 3. Alright, so 3 is the Evo rally car. Let's do it. Stop broken like right when COVID happened. Yeah, no, oh my gosh. I got so lucky. So lucky with timing. For a couple of things as well. Like, basically, I started a new engineering job, like, just like a couple months before COVID hit. And I was the first person to learn the new CAD software as well. When the layoffs hit as well. So I got mega lucky. But oh my gosh, that was a scary time. So when we pick a next car, yeah. Once we get it to level 10, that's when we get the next vehicle. I want to stiffen the rear a bit, cause I know the rally car is a little bit understeery, and I don't like that. I want my four-wheel drive cars to have a little bit more slidiness to them. That's why I could for you. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh, so much better now. But random engineering is good. Yeah, it helps keep it fresh. It helps kind of get rid of any biases. What I get is what I get. Obviously, we take it kind of page by page. So there's an entire another page of competition cars afterwards. But in order to kind of reduce complexity and everything, it's easier just to be like, okay, there's 3 cars left on this page. Let's 1 through 3. Let's see what we can do. I like the rally cars in this game though, because it's usually fairly evenly matched as well, which is nice. All right, gotta try to cut back. Try to do the cut back on the focus. There we go. Oh my gosh, so this track, the point-to-point like Baja track is one of my favorites in this game though. It feels just very fun. Yeah, hopefully everything's working out for you as well though, Adachi. I know, you know, economy's always kind of crazy and stuff. So hopefully things are better with you. And then you got a solid job and everything. So I haven't quite figured out what the different layouts of this track are. It feels mostly the same for me. It is like 90% the same. The only major thing I've noticed that's different is at the end, the water, like it's either like super high tide, mid tide, or low tide. That's like the only difference I have noticed. Other than that, it feels mostly the same. Like the layout, like I timed it and everything with the same car multiple times. Sorry. And it's like it takes about the same amount of time to get through each and every time. So the layout can't be that much different. Thought I said Baja Blast at first. Oh yes. I love me some Baja Blast. Absolutely delicious. Like you can see here, this is like high tide. You can drive through the water and you can hear it, you know, up against, splashing against your vehicle and everything. That's really fun. If you drive a fast enough vehicle and you don't brake before the finish line, you just go full speed into the fence at the end. Absolutely love it. Yeah, I'll do another Mirage race, just to show you, because it will likely be different. The different random the tide will be different, but like almost everything else will be the same. Like yeah, we'll do another Mirage crossing race. This time Subaru versus Lancer. Very nice. Go! Yes. I love the point to point. Like compared to Gran Turismo, especially Gran Turismo 4, I definitely think Enthusia had better off-road tracks, especially the snow tracks. Like Wintertraum is so much better than Ice Arena or Chamois. It's French. I'm not even gonna pretend to know French, but that course, like Wintertraum is so much better of a course. So not only does it incorporate parts of Bergen Schlucht, but also like it's just very, you know, it's a solid course to drive on. It's a difficult course because the game, in this game, snow has like no traction, like in real life. But it is a very, very fun course to race on as well. Oh, I love the Evo as well. It's a shame that Mitsubishi has discontinued the Lancer Evolution, and the only Eclipse now. Where's the Lancer? I forget which one. But one of the legendary sports cars, they turn into a crossover SUV. Ah, pain. It's a very different Mitsubishi than what we have now. It'd be really cool to see them turn like the little Mitsubishi Mirage into like a subcompact hot hatch, though. That'd be kind of fun to see. But I don't think current Mitsubishi's financial situation would allow for that. I'm like, I'm finally old enough and with a decent enough job that I could probably, you know, afford a Lancer Evo. Maybe, if I saved up a bit. Like, saved up quite a bit. And, you know, worked at the finances and everything. But, like, now they're so expensive because they're all used. But look, see the water on the left, it's not coming up to the fence. It's way down lower, it's the low tide version. This playthrough I've been trying to race more of the trucks I never used to do much. Oh yeah, Rev City and Marco Strada as well were really, really fun. Especially Marco Strada. I love the Yeet chicane there. The Yeet chicane at Marco Strada is a personal favorite of mine. Because if you do it just right, it feels like you're like, you know, doing like the Australian supercars, going over the big bumps and everything at like Surfer's Paradise. And it is really, really fun. You can shave off a lot of time on your lap by doing that as well, if you get it just right. So the trucks have been in turbo at until now. I've been picking them. Route de la Seine and Victoria Road. Oh, I love Victoria Road actually. Victoria Road is an absolutely amazing track. But even now, even as an adult, I absolutely hate Route de la Seine. Route de la Seine is definitely the worst track in this game. There's no passing points. And the loop of death as well, you just understeer there. Until you get to like that one bump and the car just snaps oversteer. Doesn't matter what car it is, it'll just lose grip. This one that cruising's been out since the 90s. Oh yeah, it's a really cool arcade cabinet as well. The Walmart. I'm gonna be dating myself a little bit. Back when I was really, really young, the Walmart close to me actually had a cruising California cabinet there that was like super new at the time. And I remember my parents, basically my dad would go shopping and my mom would just kind of sit there with me, and like there would be a line for the cruising cabinets, and you know, I'd wait my turn, do a race and get to the back of the line, do another race once it was my turn again. And oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Because like I had to like move the seat up. I barely be able to reach the pedals. Like I was like 3-4 years old. And it was so much fun though. I really like the Mojave Desert track. That one was a personal favorite because I think that one had the UFO in it. Tell you about Dragon Ranch, you need to practice it for sure. The Dragon Ranch is definitely a very tricky track. It's basically one where you need to get out ahead early and then defend like your life depends on it. Or you need to use this middle section here to get past the vehicles, because otherwise there's not really any places you can safely pass without massively, you know, getting a whole bunch of, you know, collisions and everything. The AMC did too when I was younger. Oh, AMC, that brings me back. That brings me back. Yeah, the AMC before it went out of business near where I was. They didn't have a cruising cabinet, but they had. Oh, it was this the Jurassic Park game. You might remember the Jurassic Park game as well. Where you're in. It's like one of those basically on-rail shooters, and you shoot the dinosaurs. I used to love playing that with my dad as a kid. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. So much fun. That was like one of my first like non-racing games that I just remember like just enjoying playing. Because when I was young, I was like single-mindedly obsessed with racing games. Some kid ran behind a cruising cabinet and unplugged it when I was racing once. Oh no! Oh yeah, that's one of the downsides of like public arcades though. Especially ones that aren't really like, you know, managed, or, you know, don't really have people kind of, you know, patrolling the area and stuff. is you get griefers like that, where people, you know, like ruining the experience of other people and everything. That is unfortunate. They'd be like, oh, your turn's over, my turn now. Oof. Big oof. I miss arcades though. Like the closest one to me now is like about 40-minute drive away, in like Baltimore area. And it's great though, because it's got like the One Gun Midnight games and Initial D and everything, which is so much fun. You get such good value per dollar from those like Japanese arcade games. But yeah. It's in a movie theater. I didn't even think he realized what he was doing. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes, you know, you're just being silly, like, oh, what does this plug do? And it turns out you cause lots of issues to someone else. Yeah, for real. Hang on a second. Hello, Isaac. Happy Friday, October 13th. Thank you. Hello there, official. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, right now it's still October 12th for me. It's about 2 hours before it's Friday the 13th for me. But yeah, super spooky tomorrow. Oh no. Have you seen the Enthusia license that someone made on GT Forums? That could be fun on the stream. Ooh. Yeah, I did see that. I haven't really done much of free mode. I've done all of Driving Revolution, just because that's a fun challenge as well. Trying to get all S rank in Driving Revolution. We did that eventually. The full lap of low-end searing in the Audi R8, getting S rank there, took a little bit. Actually took quite a while. But oh my gosh, once you get into a rhythm with that one, it's so much fun. Driving Revolution was such a cool mode as well. It's basically Dance Dance Revolution. It's basically Dance Dance Revolution, but you know, but for racing. Like, that is such a cool concept. Done all the S rank in Driving Revolution. You have all the questions. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I have to maybe take another look at that. So right now I kind of alternate between Enthusia and Car Mechanic Simulator for my Thursday streams. But yeah, it's very getting S rank on all the Driving Revolution events. It is very rewarding because it teaches you. It doesn't really teach you a racing line, but it does teach you car control. Like, it's very good at teaching you car control and kind of using alternative lines that you kind of use to, like, you know, overtake people and stuff. Like, it is very good. Can't imagine doing it with a controller. Having a wheel helps a lot. Oh yeah, no, I'm using a controller here. So one of the benefits of emulation is you can run it on PC, so you can get some really cool controller combinations. So basically, what I've done is I have a DualShock 3 controller, which, as you know, it has both the pressure-sensitive face buttons, but it also has much more range on the controllers, right? So what I've done is I've got a couple plugins running, and basically the game thinks, or the emulator thinks, that the R2, L2, R1, and L1 buttons are the face buttons right now with this current control setup. So I get a whole bunch of throttle control with the trigger, with it thinking that it's the pressure sensitive button instead. It took a lot of trial and error. Like, it took me like an entire 3 weeks of just testing and getting it working and everything, and like playing around with the plugins. But now it works beautifully, and it is amazing. So I can control not only how much e-brake I have as well, because I have that mapped to R1, but I can also control how much clutch I have, because I have that mapped to the L1 as well. So you can get super quick gear shifts. Just chasing the cat around. Oh, nice. I gotta see pictures of the little furry bean. Absolutely love animals. Like, I've got a little gray tabby named Garbanzo. She's so sweet. Absolutely cutest little cat. Like, she loves laying on top of my wife when when we sleep and everything, and you feel something warm and a little bit of weight on like your chest or on your back, and you hear, you just hear the soft purring as well, and you're like, oh, it's her. I have my multiple Halloween costumes in my home, so I'll choose. Are you gonna do the Patrick Bateman cosplay? Nice. I haven't dressed up for Halloween in a while. I definitely want to try to maybe do. I can't do it this year, but next year, I want to try to be like, a mafia skeleton. So I could be like, rattle 'em, boys. So I've already got this airsoft Tommy gun as well. So that'd be perfect for completing the look. I just need to get a decent suit and like a solid fedora, an actual fedora, the wide brim fedoras. But yeah, the a-hole got me, scratched my leg accidentally. Oh no. Hopefully you feel better. Definitely make sure you get a little bit of you make sure you cleanse that and everything, a little bit of peroxide, because cat's claws do have quite a bit of bacteria in them, because when they go to the litter box and everything, they're literally standing in their toilet. So definitely make sure you get a little bit of, if it broke the skin, make sure you put a little bit of like a cotton swab, get a little bit of peroxide on it, and dab that to clean it out. Sorry, my dad used to be an EMT, so whenever like I hear someone like has like an injury or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, do XYZ. It sounds like super thorough and everything, but it helps out a lot. Yep, it's getting to the bag, but it likes being carried around in the bag. Ah, cute little bean. Yeah, my cat, she's absolutely sweet. The only time she turns into a little adorable furry blender is when you try to give her medicine, like, or when you try to brush her teeth. She does not like that one bit. She turns very mean if you try to do that. But outside of that, like, you do that and you get done, and like 20 minutes later she'll be like, oh, human, love me, let me headbutt you and like lay in your lap and be cute. You should dress up as Goku. Oh, Goku, nice. One of my roommates in college is a big Dragon Ball fan. Wonder if he's dressed up as any of the characters. Oh, now the little furry beans watching the stream. Ah, nice. Yeah, no, my wife and I, basically for a 1 year anniversary, we're like, okay, we haven't accidentally killed each other yet. We are functional adults. We are, finances are in order and everything. We're stable. Let's adopt a cat. So we fit all the paperwork, went to the Humane Society, and we were playing around with the cats for like an hour and a half or whatever, and they were all absolutely adorable. But then this one, the one we picked, I go to sit down a little bit, drink some water, because I was thirsty at the time. One just kind of hops up, just lays in my lap, and just curls up, and my heart just melted. And we're like, yes, this one. Who is this one? So we checked with the employee there. They scanned the chip, and it is, yeah, she's so cute. My relative just said here and bounced out. Oh my gosh. Well, at least the cat's in a loving home now. Got lots of warmth, good food and everything. Lots of head scritchies. Where's your cat's favorite place to be a pet? Because Bonzo, she loves having her ears scritchied, or she especially likes it if you take your thumb and your index finger and you kind of gently squeeze the tips of her ears, so you kind of like fold them closed just a little bit, and you just rub back and forth. Oh my gosh, she loves that. Like she starts purring like super loudly, and she just curls up and just lays down when you do that, and she is so sweet. But that is her favorite. Like she's like, oh no, pet my ears, human. Like, okay, yeah, I like head scritchies too. I like back scritchies, but pet my ears. Cat likes bouncing like Lewis Hamilton. Oh no. Very, very, very rambunctious kitty. Oof. I guess you can call that purposing. Oh, that's cringe. Why did you say that, Isaac? Why am I like this? That was super cringe. Hey, you come for the cars, you stay for the cringe. Ah, that was alright. It's the dad jokes. The dad jokes don't get any better. You know when you're getting old when you're like, oh yes, puns, peak comedy. I'm like a grandpa. It's weird. If you've ever played the Tokyo Extreme Racer games, slightly different game, slightly different topic. But the Tokyo Extreme Racer games, absolutely love those as well. But in Tokyo Extreme Racer 3, there's a group that races on the Wangan, and the entire shtick, because each of the teams kind of has like this shtick. Their entire shtick is basically, they're old. Like they're all over 30 years old. And when I was a kid, I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that is kind of old. Like my parents are that age. Like wow, that is very old. And now I'm on like getting close to like my mid to late 20s, and I'm like, oh my gosh, pretty soon I'm gonna be eligible to race in the old people team. Ah, emotional damage. I need to pay attention to Wittertrom and see what parts are the same as Bergenschlucht. Basically, once hang on a second. It's right here. So here is where it's the same as Bergenschlucht. Instead of making that sharp right turn, or basically that sharp left turn, you continue further down and go over a bridge into the highway section. Whereas with this, and you can see here, like this is the same start-finish straight as Bergenschlucht as well. Same finish line. You see that church, that tunnel building there. That's the entryway for the reverse version going out into the highway section. This is just sort of like an infield, like snow course, kind of staying within the town limits and stuff. Absolutely gorgeous though. Like the snow courses in Enthusia are so much better than Gran Turismo 4. They did a really good job with this. Not old. I mean, it's weird. Like, most of my coworkers are older than me, because engineering is kind of an older person's game. But then you go to VTubers, right? You watch, like, VTubers, and most of them are like... Most of them are like, oh yeah, I'm just starting college, or I'm graduating high school, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you were literal children. Or, you know, you were super young adults. Holy cow. I only prefer a Assetto Corsa, but unfortunately my computer has a very bad internet connection. Yeah, hopefully you're able to get that fixed and everything. Assetto Corsa is... I like playing Assetto Corsa Competizione. Very fun. Like, if you can join like a racing league. Oh my gosh, so much fun. So much fun doing that. Because you get to race with people, you get to kind of train with people as well, so you actually improve as well. Instead of just kind of floundering about wondering, well, what am I doing wrong? We'll have a Assetto Corsa one day on a better computer. Yeah, you can get all the cool mods for it as well. So I know there's a lot of great mods for Assetto Corsa. Yeah, no, it's just the start finish line And basically under the normal layout, it's like the first and like the last tiny bit of the third sector that's the same. But it is cool that it uses oh gosh, come on, back the other way. It uses aspects of Bergenschlucht. So it's kind of like, it kind of helps you visualize where you are in relation to that course, as well as where Wintertraum is in relation to Bergenschlucht as well. Now I think many of them are lying, because I know a few that are 33 plus. Yeah, there's definitely a big age gap. But like some of like a lot of the indie VTubers and stuff, especially a lot of like the sim racing VTubers and other racing VTubers, like they are considerably younger than I am. Which one end is great because it means a lot more young people are also into motorsport, which is cool. But on the other hand, it feels weird because when I'm in like the racing league with some of them, I talk about, oh yeah, you know, engineering, you know, and like house stuff and everything, and like, bruh, I'm still in college. What are you talking about? But yeah, there's definitely some like older ones as well. Like Zuzu, I follow her, and I think she's in like her early 30s or late 20s, just based on some of the stuff she posts and everything. Oh gosh, little bit of an off course there. Do not read chat and drive. But you know, you definitely get a major age gap in like in streaming in general. Like you think it was just a young person's game, but no, like you see like there's even one, they're not a VTuber, but like you have like older people, like my dad's age or even older, you know, doing streaming and stuff that have been retired and like, yeah, this is kind of fun, just as like a hobby, and it's super cool to see. Told you, Samir, keep going, don't worry about the car behind us. Samir, you are wrecking the car. Listen to my call, Samir. Yeah, no, the snow course, Wintertraum is definitely, I love this track, but it's definitely one of my weaker courses. I'm like, bro, 28 old, you can still buy a house. Yeah, no, it's, I mean, everyone's kind of on their own timeline. For me, like physically, anyone from like 21 to like the mid 30s kind of looks the same to me in terms of like, I genuinely couldn't estimate what age you are. Like until you start talking about like things you did during your childhood or whatever, or like make a reference to something that like only someone younger or someone older would know. Like until then, it's very difficult for me to like gauge how old people are. And then like from like 35 up until like 50, for the most part, people kind of look the same as well. Or there's a lot less, like it's very difficult to get a very an estimate. I know someone who's 42, it looks like this, the 28. Oh wow, that's very impressive. Had a ton of kids too. Well, I guess, you know, being active, keeping up with all the kids and everything like that, kind of keeps you on your toes, keeps you mentally and physically sharp. But geez, that's gotta be exhausting. It's weird. Like I can definitely feel, like, you know, I still try to keep in shape and everything like that, but I definitely feel different in my mid to late 20s. Compared to like, you know, during my college years and everything, my late teens, early 20s, I definitely feel a lot different, and physically and everything. You know, little bit slower, but mentally still perfectly fine. I definitely try to keep my mind super sharp, or as sharp as possible, and definitely to work out a little bit more. But you know, in decent-ish shape. But yeah, that's a big thing, is just making sure you use your mind and body a lot. Making sure you stay mentally and physically in shape. Kind of helps slow down the aging process. Wow, last kid at 42, that is very impressive. My opponents that I wish age wasn't tied to everything, like a lot of companies are going now. So I'm focusing on living life. I wouldn't necessarily consider that. Like when I was in college, like one of my good friends, he was an ex-welder that was like in his like late 40s. But since him and I took a lot of engineering classes together, like he was just one of the guys. You know, granted he lived in the area and everything, he was a commuter, but like occasionally he'd stop by like the dorms and apartments for like movie night or game night or whatever. And he was just chill. It was nice. I mean, all of us were over 18. It was just, you know, a bunch of engineering students hanging out and everything. It'd be weird just to exclude him and all that. Like, it was fun. Now he's a petrochemical engineer for, like, Shell, I think, which is very impressive. Like, he did a really, really good job. Especially because, like, the steel industry and, like, welding and everything like that at the time wasn't doing too well, and he kind of got laid off, so he was like, well, time to go to college, time to learn a new skill and everything. It means that there is a program where we can go to Japan, apartment, and decent job, and the cutoff age is 40. Oh, gosh. Jeez. And the scholarship for jet and stuff, cutoff age is 30, 35. That is still a decent range, but yeah, that's tricky. I feel like things should have a cutoff range. Just that's how life is. Or at the very least, have like a very, you know, a very like super lax cutoff range. Like, you know, like 50 or 60, you know, you're getting kind of close to, you know, retirement anyway. You're probably not going to be, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, it's definitely a difficult range and everything like that, because you're like, you know, some people, you start out a bit slower, or sometimes you want like a change of career, or, you know, a change of, you know, you want to kind of change your life around a bit. You know, you didn't put it like how things are going, or, you know, economic shakeups or technological shakeups and everything. So you gotta adapt, and to have the door kind of cut off, the door kind of slammed in your face just because of age, I think is very stupid. Like, basically the only thing I care about is competence in terms of work and everything like that. That is the only thing. That's the only thing that should really matter. Is just how good you're at, you know, how good you're at working with others, and then also how good you're at, you know, just doing your job and everything. Like, the slam the door in the face is very unfortunate, and I definitely hope to see that change in the future. Because I've seen some old people that are super adaptable and know technology and computers even more than I do as a moderately young person and stuff. So, you know, it's being older doesn't necessarily prevent you from learning new things. On the contrary, especially if you continue to train yourself to learn new stuff. Like, you keep that flexibility well into your later years, which is very nice. And it's good to be flexible as well, especially with just how rapid technology advances nowadays. I'm gonna go to vacation alone with my cousin in Japan between late March, April 2025. Oh, cool, nice. Definitely have fun. Have fun while over there. It's gotta be really cool. A lot of cool sights and everything like that. I definitely want to visit. Now that I no longer work for the government and everything as a contractor, I can. Didn't need to slow down that much for that turn. I can actually go abroad. Not necessarily financially, but like there's a lot less rules preventing me from going abroad than when I was working for the government. So it is. Whoa, that was a weird physics glitch. So I'm kind of like broadening where I kind of want to visit and stuff. Like I definitely want to do some trips to Europe to catch some European races. Like I want to watch a British touring car championship race, as well as like a rallycross race there. That'd be super cool. Visit a couple countries, try out some of the food, see some of the local sites. But I mean, there's just so much to see in America as well. Like, that's the thing, like, even unless you're like super duper wealthy, it's so difficult. It is so difficult to see like the entire world. within a single lifetime. Like, even if you visit, you know, one unique country per year, right? You're still not gonna be able to see every single country before, you know, you're still not gonna be able to see every single country. In a single lifetime. Like, it's just not possible. And it's tricky. So you gotta really be picky and choosy. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What's important and everything? Oh my gosh. Yeah, that definitely Japan's big on the list. Because both my wife and I want to go there. My wife wants to watch a Japanese baseball game. She wants to see a lot of the cool sights. She especially wants to go to like rural Japan, see some of like the older buildings and everything, and some of like the historic monuments and all that stuff, and engage in some of the traditionalist like Japanese culture and all that. I want to go there because I want to engage in the car culture. Like I want to go to Daikoku parking area, and like go to a car show there, and then do like, you know, catch a race at like Suzuka or Fuji Speedway or something like that. Like a Super Formula or a Super GT race would be super cool. Super. Super has lost its meaning now. I know I also want to visit the UK to catch a BTCC race. Because we don't really get touring car racing in the States. Just comes back. I don't worry about it, you know. There's no issue with asking and everything. So it's, you know, asking once is perfectly fine. Unless I like continuously asking after they said private, like it's no big deal. I don't live this. Nobody is really in my business. You know, it'd be cool. I don't know. I don't necessarily know how much I'd like actually living in Japan. So it seems like it's kind of crowded, and the work culture there as well is very. Like, I am a hard worker, but like some of the work culture there where people like fall asleep at their desks and everything, I don't know how well I'd be able to take to that. But I mean, it's definitely a country I want to visit. Maybe do like an extended like stay or something like that. You know, like a three week vacation type of deal. Like that would be really cool. Work culture in the USA is bad too. That is, in some aspects, yeah, but like in Japan, like people are literally like spending like 12, 14 hours at their job. Like that's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, if that's your choice, go for it and everything, but like the stigma for like not doing that is very like I wouldn't care about the stigma. I'm like, okay, I put in my time, I did a decent amount of work, I'm heading home. You guys should probably do the same. I don't care if you try to shame me or, oh, that's not part of the company culture, whatever. Nah. I will work hard. I will give it my 100%. But I'm not gonna like kill myself to work at a company, you know? That's salary jobs. True, but there's a lot of salary jobs in Japan as well. It's on average when it's similar. Oh, okay. But if it's similar to the USA, it might not be as bad. But yeah, it's even still, I don't necessarily know how well I would adapt to like living in Japan as well, because there is a big culture clash as well. There's a lot of kind of unspoken faux pas that you just have to kind of know as well. In Japan, mostly from the business workers, they're ones who keep sleeping in the streets after their work. Oh my gosh, that sounds horrible. Working 12 hours a day from time I'm getting paid like $11 an hour. Oh jeez. Jeez, that is rough. I've only had to pull like the super long stuff back when I was working aerospace, and we were in like major crunch time. The high crest rate. Oh, nice. Did you get the 350Z? How does it handle? Hopefully it handles well. Hopefully it was worth the effort. Even if not, it's another vehicle added to the collection, another cool custom 350Z. It's pretty common at retail, so the Japanese thing really isn't a surprise since it happened here. Oof. Still though, that's, yeah, I don't agree with that. Like I will put up with quite a bit at work and everything. You got the high car in the story you created mid car. You got high car, low car, and mid car. So what ended up is better than it sounds. I don't know, it sounds kind of mid, but sorry, that's horrible. That is horrible. Bad puns, bad dad jokes. Over the whole lot of my old jobs, so I'm not looking anymore. Yeah, like I would put up with quite a bit. Like as long, like I will work hard, I will work long hours, but as long as like as long as my coworkers treat me well, and I make sure I treat them well, and as long as I'm paid well, that's the two big things. But at the previous job with aerospace, my coworkers treat me well, but the government employees, the customers, they were well and truly horrible. 100%. They nearly broke a multi-billion-dollar aircraft. Not multi-million-dollar aircraft. Because they tried to unplug something while it was in flight. And then they had to go to blame the engineering team for that. So, government employees. I don't want to get too political, but like, government employees. One of the reasons I was kind of glad I'm not working anymore, because they were truly horrible. And I was the opposite. The customers were fine, because you were kind of in the back rooms. We didn't really see them much. But the coworkers were yeah, that's the thing. Like I can put up with a lot as long as my coworkers themselves are good. Good coworkers make or break a job. That and pay. Good coworkers and good pay kind of make or break a job. But yeah, oh my gosh, that to have bad coworkers is always unfortunate. Like you don't necessarily have to be friends with them, but at the very least, you gotta have respect for each other and everything like that. Otherwise, it just becomes hell. You just end up hating each other, and work becomes hell. About to do low coaster now. Nice, good luck with that. Japan is the best country for animation stuff. Yeah, Japan, Korean animation, like Adachi said, is also pretty solid. And we're kind of getting a little bit of a resurgence, not from Disney, but from like DreamWorks and Sony. We're starting to get a bit of a resurgence in Western animation as well, with things like the Spider-Verse movies, as well as like the new Puss in Boots movie as well. Like we're starting to get some solid Western animation stuff as well. Outside of the Disney sphere. Disney animation movies are kind of dreadful, where it's kind of got that Cal Arts bean mouth dreadfulness. But other animation studios are kind of picking up the slack in the Western sphere and doing a very good job. Oh gosh, don't read. Gotta be careful reading chat while driving. This is why you don't text while drive as well. I'm proof right here that you cannot multitask, and this is on a screen where it's easy to kind of see both at the same time. Once got into a fight with a manager like Waffle House back. Oh, throwing chairs and everything. Yeah, it's kind of fun to reminisce on that now, but like I imagine at the time, like for multiple days afterwards, it's got to be dreadful. The attitude is that I work without complaining, so they made me do 10. Oh, pain. Yeah, no, you gotta make sure your coworkers gotta pick up slack as well. Like one or two lazy coworkers can like ruin that as well. Like you got like the coworkers help make or break the work culture. Like it's not just the corporations, but like your coworkers as well need to kind of help foster like good teamwork and everything, so that one person isn't just picking up the slack for everyone else. Yeah, I almost threw an L can and the customers had the popcorn. Oh no, pain. Nice. There we go. Another solid victory. After this, we'll be going back to the compact cars. Get to see what kind of compact car we get to drive. So that'll be fun. Yeah, give us those ranking points. Yeah, it's one thing to joke about now, but like at the time, like, oh my gosh, it's gotta be absolutely dreadful. Like I joke about, you know, GG, thank you for the GGs. Like I joke about stuff now that like at the time was like genuinely terrifying. Or I look back now and I'm like, yeah, you know, we got through it. So yeah, that would be that would be, you know, but oh my gosh, like it was, but at the time though, like it was genuinely terrifying. But now I look back and yeah, I can kind of laugh and be like, at the very least, you know, have a more, you know, calm time reminiscing about it. Like, yeah, you know, hey, this happened to me. Here, I kind of know how to, you know, how to go through this and everything. It's part of like the scars help you as an adult, you know. You get to kind of help give advice to other people and everything that are going through similar crap. Working 39 hours, not getting full-time benefits. Oh, that is so dreadful. The whole part-time versus full-time rubbish is definitely upsets me. Like that is dreadful. Like if you're gonna put me on that many hours, just have me go full-time. You will get a, please, like you will get more employee loyalty. You'll get a lower turnover rate. By you know, being good to your employees. Loyalty gets repaid by loyalty. And that's why you kind of need to be you know, a mercenary. You kind of need to job hop every couple of years, every 2 or so years. Get the skills, get all that stuff out. You know, get your pay, get out, get another job that pays you even more. And you keep using the salary to negotiate higher salaries from the next place. And that's kind of how you work your way up the ladder. And they did this story. They unlocked the Hennessy Camaro X Assist. Oh, sweet! A lot of power from that. Very cool. It's a shame that Hennessy's kind of a little bit of a shady company with the tuning stuff and everything. Because some of the cars that they do complete are absolutely amazing. As I have autism, Japanese is one of the favorite languages. Oh, nice! Congrats on learning Japanese. That's a difficult one as well with the character-based. Like, can you read and write kanji? That is cool. Unfortunately, I only speak American because language is very difficult for me. I kind of put all my knowledge points into maths and physics and chemistry and stuff. So my language skills aren't all that great. So congrats on learning Japanese. That is very cool. I used to do unpaid overtime too. Oh, that's dreadful. At least in my previous job, when we had overtime, they paid time and a half. So it was like, yeah, we're tired, we're working, you know, 12-hour shifts or whatever. We're getting up at like 3 a.m., going to an airstrip, doing a full-on physical configuration audit and everything. But we get paid a lot. So that was nice. But yeah, that is dreadful that you didn't get unpaid overtime. That ain't right. If you're doing the work, you should get paid. When I'm at 5 in a game, reach speed is 300 miles an hour. Oh, that is cool. Very cool. And none of that, no time and a half. Yeah, that ain't right. Definitely, if you're doing the work, you should be paid. It's not how to learn a language, but it requires temptation, not being lazy. Hey, what are you implying there? No, I'm joking. No, definitely. I like I said, I've been kind of slacking on the language and everything. But I've been mainly learning like technology, science, and engineering and all that stuff. Is what I've been mostly spending my time learning and all that. So it's very there's only so many hours in a day. I just need to put more effort into learning languages. Definitely want to learn Spanish with Maryland having a fairly high Latino population. It would be very useful. Japanese in college. Got almost all the kanji, but I agree most hiragana and katakana. Nice! Very cool. Definitely good luck on relearning the kanji though. Ghost Run 5 is very good. If Ghost Run's still soon, I highly recommend it. Yeah, definitely. Oh my gosh. I need to play a Forza Horizon game on stream. As the downside is there's just so little time and so many games I want to play. So I'm basically like, I want to play this game, but I also want to play this game. But this game would be fun to review, so I should also play this game. And it's just, it's difficult as well. Trying to keep a good balance as well. Like 4 to 5 streams a week is like a perfect, is like a happy, you know, something that I can do without burning out. Earlier when I first started streaming, when I was doing like 6 or 7 streams a week, near the end when I started kind of reducing that a bit, I was getting super burnt out, and it probably showed in the streams as well. Now I can kind of rest up, have a little bit of little mini breaks and everything. Always good to take care of your mental and physical health. Seriously, don't just be a slave to content creation as well. Because you know this is a hobby. I'm doing this because it's fun. Because I mean, get to play games, get to chat and everything. So it's basically like a bunch of bros just hanging out and all that stuff. Wanna you know, late at night just chilling. I don't work there anymore, so I can make fun of Walmart. Nice. Get to make fun of Wally World. It's perfect, no, but it's the best. This kind of game it's trying to be. Yeah, I mean, for being an open world race with lots of variety and events, very good car selection. Like it is a solid game. I'd imagine it's a very solid game. I definitely want to try. I gotta get Xenia working and get a copy of like Forza Horizon 1 as well. Because I definitely want to start at the beginning with some of the earlier Horizon games. I know you said that Horizon 2, you don't want to play the Xbox 360 version because that one's pretty dreadful. You want to play the Xbox One? Yeah, Xbox One version instead. Do you have a Packard versus Walmart 6-9 on Discord clashes? No, I have not. That is way outside my realm of cultural knowledge. What even is that? Like I said, I am basically, in terms of culture and stuff, I am kind of like not necessarily a boomer, but like an old soul. A lot of like my culture I consume and everything is older stuff. So like I think 6ix9ine, isn't he like a rapper? Didn't he get arrested? I don't really know too much about that. That is very much outside of my wheelhouse. I don't care if people shop there. Just like the fun of it, like the time someone was throwing out like Jazz from Fresh Prince. Yeah, and it's basically kind of like, you know, I used to work here. It's terrible, lol. Yeah, I try not to like name companies I used to work for, just because I do know some people that are still working there and everything, and I don't want to negatively affect, you know, them either. Plus, also I don't want to end up doxing myself. But you know, it is still fun to kind of talk about some of the fun experiences, some of the less fun but kind of fun and retrospective experiences as well. Very, very cool. Because not only does it help provide perspective and everything, but like, you know, it's good to reminisce. It's good to kind of look back on stuff, see how far you've come, how far you've grown, and all that. You know, a lot of people are critical towards Horizon 5, and for good reason too. There is stuff that can be improved doing that. I used to be one of them, but the state the game is now That's probably the best racing game in the market. At the very least, one of the best AAA racing games. Like, there's still a lot of solid indie and AA titles out there that you can purchase for reasonably cheap. That dollar per dollar provide decent experiences. It's so bad people walk around like zombies. The customers or the employees? Probably a mix of both. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, don't worry. I won't dox myself. But yeah. I mean, like, oh no, you know I'm from Maryland. Yeah, Maryland's got how many million people? Like, it's gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult to kind of track me down. Unless you're like really, really, you know, really trying. Hello, welcome Sprockets. How you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Forza Horizon 3 is my favorite, but you can't get it at all. Like, even if you like use like the sketchy like stream key websites. Jeez, that's unfortunate. I definitely want to play. I want to try to play some of the older Forza games as well. Like, oh my gosh, I know I definitely want to play Forza Motorsport 4. Worst case scenario, I may have to just get an Xbox One and get a capture card. Get it physically, but that's it. Oh, jeez. Okay, so gotta hunt down an Xbox One, and a capture card then. Fun. All right, that'll be interesting. All right, let's see. Do we get the Honda Insight, the Opel Vita, which is basically the Corsa, or do we get the Corolla? I hope we get the Corolla. Got the Corolla. We literally got the Corolla. Oh wait, I don't turn on display capture. Okay, let's actually turn it on and see. Okay, so we got the Vita instead. Whoops. Or an Xbox Series X. That might be cheaper. That might be not necessarily cheaper. That might be easier to do. Ooh, petrol colored. Actually, kind of a nice color on it. Oh, sweet! We get to do the full chav life. We're in my mum's Corsa. Corolla has a rival race against the Fitz in R4. Oh my gosh, that is silly. That is amazing. Alright, with front-wheel drive cars, you want to kind of stiffen up the rear quite a bit. You want to tune it for a lot of oversteer, because then you can use the throttle to kind of turn, to keep the car from spinning out and everything. A little bit of front lock on the differential, so you can pull yourself out of the slide. There is the Sprinter in the game as well, the A86. But that's in the sporty category. Ooh, we can enter the front wheel drive championship. Let's see what the odds are. Yeah, unmodified Opel Corsa against a heavily modified Mini Cooper S. I don't think we have a chance there. We have zero chance. Absolutely zip. I think Forza Horizon 1 and Forza Motorsport 4 DLC is on the Internet Archive. That's good because the DLC of this game has been delisted for years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here's hoping that stays like, you know, stays on the Internet Archive and everything. Game preservation. I mean, we've talked about this before, but game preservation is always very important. If games are to be considered art, preserving games and making sure that people can still play games after after they're no longer commercially viable and everything is very important. Alright, let's do the front wheel drive race. We haven't raced a Pacific Gateway yet at all this stream. So let's do it. In my mom's Opel Corsa, doing some skids in the Tesco parking lot. Got my Bradbury cap. Didn't do nothing while you're harassing us. I'm sorry. I am sorry to any chavs I have made fun of. Basically, Forza games had a lifespan of 4 years. and they got delisted. Oh my gosh. That's so silly though, because sometimes the older games, you want to go back and revisit them and everything, or you know, maybe you're new to the franchise, and you want to kind of play some of the older games, because sometimes the older games have features that the newer games don't have. Like Forza Horizon 4's, not Forza Horizon 4, Forza 4's car list is like still one of like super good, because it's got like a lot of like the slow cars, a lot of vehicles that just didn't get ported over into later games. Super obscure stuff too, like the Lexus 200, the hybrid, that hybrid hatchback, that Lexus hybrid. That was one of the vehicles, or like the Saturn Ion Redline, like super obscure stuff like that you just don't get to drive in any of the game. And with that game gone, you don't get to drive those cars, period, which is unfortunate. As someone who loves cars, who loves all the racing cars and the street cars and everything, like being unable to drive like some of the more obscure cars, or not having events for those, and literally just having those cars in as a joke, or see, you happy? We added this thing in, now you can shut up about it. Like, no, the reason we want it is so we can drive it and actually have fun with it. Gran Turismo 7. Like, that's one thing that Enthusia does a really good job at, is no matter what car you pick, like, there will be events that you can be competitive in, and you can do well in. And you may not always win every single event, but you can at least, like, you will always be mostly competitive. Or there will at least be a selection of events that you can be competitive in. Forza Horizon 4 is the first to break the trend, it's still available. That's good. I was hoping though that they continue, the other games continue to break the trend as well. Because like, sometimes you may, like, I've never played a Forza game at all in my entire life. Except for like 1 or 2 times I've been over at a friend's house, and I was just like the arcade mode, like just fooling around, you know, racing the Miatas around, like, you know, Lime Rock Park or something like that. You know, just being silly. Not actually engaging in the career mode or like any of that stuff. So the like, for someone like me, like I want to play those old games. I want to see where the series came from. I want to see how it's evolved over time. Oh, the Grizzlies lost. Oh, that's unfortunate. On the bright side though, at least they won at the game you went to. So you know you got the live victory. It could have been worse. Like, they could have lost. They could have lost the game you went to and won this one. I imagine that would have stung worse. 103 to 10. Dang, that is close. That is a very close score. GG to both teams as well. Very high scoring game as well. Nice. That's the thing though, like, for me, granted, motorsport is different, but like, I don't necessarily care if my favorite driver loses, as long as like they put up a really good fight. Like, if they're within the pack, if they're battling for position and everything, if they're fighting with the leaders and all that, like, even if they lose, it is still a good race. Because it's like, yes, the excitement, getting to see the cool moves and everything like that. I think what's preseason doesn't matter for regular season standings. That's true. So it's kind of just, you know, shake off the dust, get people all warmed up and everything. Kind of figure out, you know, where you stand competitively and all that. Kind of test the waters. Still, both games so far that you showed me have been very close. It's very impressive. So I love close battles. Like winning or losing by massive margins is just not fun. Having it be like down to the wire is super fun. Okay, minor off tracks there. Regular season doesn't come until the 25th. Oh wow, so still a while before the season starts. Nice. There you go. Got the Corolla, not the Corolla, the Corsa, a little bit lighter. So we can do some extra skids. We removed the rear seats. We got those Tesco brand tires. Oh gosh. You think we could do this? I don't think we can do this one. I'm gonna try it though, because I'm an idiot. YOLO! Oh man. YOLO! Thankfully, the Nordschleife, most of the opponents have lots of issues on the track. They make a lot of mistakes early on and don't really push through some of the corners. So we might be able to get a decent lead. I don't expect to win this. Not in the slightest. Oh, hi there. You're dive bombing me. Jeez, it's like your average Forza lobby. So here, watching my videos, Korean chicken. Oh, I'm not sure about adding peanut butter and jelly to chicken and waffles, but chicken and waffles, if you've not had that, it is so good. Like, it's definitely kind of a mid-Atlantic to southern East Coast thing, but chicken and waffles, oh my gosh, it is delicious. Especially if you get like spicy syrup, where it's like, you know, actual like maple syrup. But it's got like, you know, like the spicy like sriracha in it or what have you. You get that on, you know, you make sure the chicken is well nice and fried with all the seasoning on it. Some nice hot seasoning, all that stuff. On a very, you know, on a very nice, very thick, very fluffy waffle. Oh my gosh. It is good. It is good. 100% recommend it. If you've not tried chicken and waffles, so good. Even grilled chicken can probably work. You can probably make like a marinade with like the syrup and everything as well. Kind of add some savoriness to the sweetness on the syrup marinade. Grill it, cut it up, and eat it with waffles. Like that is, it is good. Or hot sauce, just straight up hot sauce with chicken and waffles. If you have a bit more of a more well done waffle, actually tastes pretty good. Nah, but it's great jelly glaze on popcorn chicken, peanut butter glaze, and dip. That is... I'm not sure how I feel about that. Like, I like chicken and waffles, but that is... I imagine the jelly glaze on the waffle would probably taste pretty good. Because it's basically just kind of adding the sweet to the savoriness of the chicken and everything. Especially if it's one of like the fattier pieces like thighs and everything. Or like, you know like boneless thighs. But that is strange. I don't know how well the peanut butter would taste. Go for some waffles right now. Ah, homemade waffles is so good. Just like homemade pancakes as well. You make the batter yourself. Ah, it tastes so much better than the store-bought stuff. It's a lot more intensive. But oh my gosh, it's good. Like I gotta get my dad. Homemade breakfast in general is just so good. Because it's a luxury you don't really get all that often. Should join the Discord post that and leave. Nah, you're more than welcome to stay in the Discord and everything. Like it is, you know, it's there for everybody. It's basically just a big hangout spot. Place you can kind of post your own gaming pictures and everything. All that stuff. A whole bunch of topics, different threads and all that stuff to have discussions on. If you want to join in. Jeez, we are struggling. We are very much struggling. Well, like we keep losing a lot of ground in the high speed sections. The low speed corners we're able to kind of catch up. But during the heavy acceleration zones and the high speed sections, they pull away from us and we lose any grounds. I'm hoping to at least get fourth Like, I think we could probably... I think especially in the final... or the semi-final sector, we could probably beat the Yaris RS, but right now, granted, we didn't get the best launch out of that corner there. Went way too wide. I'm at almost 40 servers. The only reason I haven't joined. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, thankfully I'm only in a couple. I try to stay in like some of the smaller servers, or like other like friend streamers and stuff like that. Just because otherwise I probably wouldn't get any work done. I'd be like, ooh, what is this person talking about? Ooh, what is this person talking about? Whereas with the other servers, it's a bit slower, so you occasionally get a conversation. You can have that going for like, you know, I can contribute for like, you know, 30 minutes during my lunch break, or, you know, while I'm waiting for something to render, or waiting for the computer to, you know, get done. You're running a finite element analysis, or you know, getting that done and everything, and you're just kind of sitting and waiting at work. Some parts of engineering is just literally hurry up and wait, because sometimes it takes a computer a little while to do some calculations. Resources in is small except one. Still, that adds up. But you may as well be in just one really big server then, with all the notifications and everything. Gosh, and if a bunch of those have people that at everyone or at here on them, that's why I usually, like, I very rarely at everyone on the server. So I know for me it's not necessarily a pet peeve, but it's like, I know some people may be busy at work or busy sleeping or what have you. So getting the ping and everything, you know, it's like, oh, what's that? And then, you know, you got that kind of in the back of your mind. Well, that, or maybe I'm just weird and socially awkward. But yeah, usually I might like actively, like, you know, reply, you know, where you that'll push a ping notification, but otherwise, yeah. Low car broke down. Rest in peace, low car. You're too good for this earth. Poor low car. Like through the twisty bits, we're catching up to them, but we just don't have enough. We don't have enough speed and we don't have enough power to really keep pace. So it's. I don't think we're gonna get points in this race. This is gonna be a bit of a dud. We should still be able to get some of the points for the tuning points though, which is good. But man, we're gonna get absolutely murdered on the straight though, because we top out at what, 124, 125, and that Saab behind us is gonna be a lot faster than that. Should I use the Peugeot 205 GTI to win? What race? Depends on what you're using for. If it's going to be on tight, twisty sections, or off-road, and you get to use that four-wheel drive, then yeah, definitely that'll be a good vehicle to use. But I imagine unless you've upgraded it, or changed the gear ratios, you're going to have a lower top speed, and the top-end aero as well. It is a boxier vehicle. So basically, if it's a lower speed track, yeah. But right now for this race, it's only front-wheel drive cars. Which honestly, I enjoy racing front-wheel drive cars. As weird as it sounds, I don't know, just something with them just kind of clicks with me. Where you basically off throttle is turn in, on throttle is stable, is to get the vehicle to stabilize. And remember, there's an M3 GTR. Oh, that M3 is going to eat you up on that back straight. Like, you can see that Saab catching us up, right? That M3 is going to make that Saab look like it's standing still, in comparison to your 205. Because that M3's got some serious top-end power. I thought we could do well. If we make a massive hero dive. Nah, because we couldn't quite get past. Unless the Saab runs wide on the final turn. Nah. Last place, let's go! We fought valiantly. We fought valiantly, but we couldn't make it. We couldn't get points. We tried though. We definitely tried. Oh my gosh. Oh well. That was still fun. That was still worth the efforts. Plus we're still well within 50 rank 50. As long as we stay within rank 50, we're good. So we can keep entering the RS events. At the Nürburgring Enduro. 14. Oh no! Hey guys, what do you think will win? A freaking subcompact Opel? Or a Ford GT? I don't know. It seems like a tough call. It seems, we might be able to put up a good fight. New drift camera is so good. Oh, it's not like super fixed to the rear of the car? Very nice. Very, very good. Sweet. Very, very nice. You know what? YOLO. YOLO. Let's try another hard race. Really wish it was higher and this game could be a real enduro. Yeah, I know. I wish more racing games had endurance races in them. They're one of my favorite part of like Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4. Especially when you try to like actively get a vehicle that's ever so slightly slower than the competition. But like you you make sure you win with a good strategy and stuff. Like for example, I like using the NSX Type R against much faster vehicles like the Zonda on the El Capitan race in Gran Turismo 4 because it turns into a very fierce battle. Alright, take care. Happy Friday. Rest well. Rest well, official. Hope you have a great day. Love that 3 laps in the ring is concerned endurance when GT4 had 20 hours. That is true. This game, I mean, to be fair though, this game definitely has much more focus on like sprint races, where the longest race will maybe be like 20-25 minutes. So it's good, but it does a better job of making sure that the races are always very dynamic, very you're always challenged, well you're very frequently challenged anyway. Oh, this is gonna be a tricky one. This is gonna be a tricky one. We might be able to get 4th. Especially with that, the Mini Cooper holding up the Celica. But it's gonna be tough to get past because they're gonna be running too wide at times. So let's try this. Full pace ahead. Yeah, there you go. Slow each other down. Yeah, they're dueling. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the super short races. Like I want my races to have a little bit of ebb and flow to them. I want some time to kind of get into actual battles with opponents. Like that I love. That's what I love about like actual like racing sims. When you're like joining leagues to simulate skilled opponents. Well, even a sprint race is like out in like an hour long or whatever, like in a set of course and what have you. Because then you get some good battles. You get to kind of have some ebb and flow. You get a bit of strategy in the race as well. Like I love that stuff. I don't like keeping the races super short. Even if it means a quicker turnaround, you're kind of seeing more track variety and stuff like that. I love the longer endurance races. Dang though, this Opel is. It's not really punching above its weight. It doesn't really punch above its weight, and in fact, it kind of punches below its weight class. It does not drive well, the Corsa. It feels very, very understeery. Especially when it's at the back and having only 2 laps means they just... Yeah, it basically just turns everyone into moving chicanes. Like, it's not fun. If you do get into battles, it means that you're not fast enough to catch the front guy. But then if you catch the front guy, you're not really having battles, which is unfortunate. Yeah, the 30-minute and over races instead of Corsa are great. Exactly. Especially when everyone's in like more slower vehicles. Like I found in ACC, I actually enjoy racing the GT4 cars more than the GT3 cars because not only do you have closer battles because there's less dirty air produced by the overbody aero components, but also because I don't know, it feels like there's more variety in the GT4 cars. You get the super lightweights, like the Ginetta and the KTM and all that stuff that are really good in the corners, but like the super sluggish on the straights. And then you get the boats, like the BMW M4, the Camaro, and what I'm going to be driving, the Mercedes AMG GT4. And they're a little bit sluggish in the corners. You got to really kind of wrestle them around a little bit. But on the straights, they got some serious legs. There's a vintage sort of Corsa group I sometimes race with. Love racing the old Trans Am cars from the 60s. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think there should be like a racing game dedicated to like the bigger V8 power touring cars, both of like modern and like old times as well. Like that would be so cool. Because like you have games that like dedicated to like NASCAR. You had the World Touring Car games or whatever, the Toka games, which had the little inline 4 super tourers and all that stuff. And you'd have TCR cars and a couple of sims like iRacing, and whatchamacallit, Race Room and everything. But I want to see like a racing sim where it's heavily focused just purely on like the big V8 touring cars, like Stock Car Brazil, like the Australian touring car, the Australian supercars, modern Trans Am. Like that would be so cool. You could probably even add like the older racing series. Like there was this European sedan touring car race where it had everything from like the Audi A6s, your Mercedes C-classes, your Chrysler 300Cs, your Jaguar X-Types and everything. All racing on those tracks. Like that would be a cool thing to add as well. Those high power, high torque, low downforce. Like that would be so cool. So you're just trying to figure out what to cook? Yeah, it's always tricky kind of figuring out what you want. Well, I know for me, I made I had chicken basically chicken pasta. You cook like your rigatoni or your chicken Roma. There it is. You cook your chicken. Obviously, cook your chicken in a skillet. You make sure you boil your shaped pasta, either like the shells or the tubes, the rigatoni and stuff. Then you add the rigatoni, and you add some diced up tomatoes or the can. I was looking on YouTube and found scallion oil noodles. Try that again. That sounds pretty tasty, actually. Scallion oil noodles. What's all in that? Aside from scallions and oil and noodles. But no, I love cooking. Absolutely fun to cook. Especially like in the slow cooker. Oh my gosh, I love slow cooked foods. Like I have a pulled pork recipe. It is so quick. What you suggested? Yeah, it's simple. It's reasonably quick. Fairly inexpensive. It's basically just chicken, canned tomatoes, Thai seasoning, and pasta shapes. Cayenne, soy sauce, oyster sauce. Oh, nice. It sounds pretty tasty. Yeah, especially if you have like a protein in with it, and maybe some vegetables. Like that could be genuinely really tasty. Jeez, okay, we're not getting any salad events here, so I'm gonna adjust a few settings. I want a little bit more. I want more turn-in. I'm gonna dial this back a little bit, and there we go. I had to create another mid-car. High car, low car, mid-car. There's a lot of time for me to get to sleep. Good luck with the Opal. Thank you. Yeah, we might move to R2 just to maybe have a bit more of a chance. But rest well, Dylan. Hope you have a great night. Take care. Top rally. What about an Opel Corsa is a top rally car? Just supposed to oil the sky in 10 minutes. Oh, okay. I mean, it's quick, it's cheap, it's, you know, tasty and everything. Not too bad. Top rally car race. Are you kidding me? Jeez. So another front one drive race. At least get the race at Tsukuba again. Sent you that spreadsheet on Twitter too, so you can peruse it later. Thank you so much, I definitely appreciate that. Soy sauce, dark soy sauce, sugar, oyster sauce. Put in the oil and cook it. Yeah, you dice up some chicken, cook up the chicken in with that. That'd be some good eatings. Chicken in general is just super versatile. I like cooking with chicken. Just because one, it's super, at least here in Maryland, it's super cheap to buy in bulk. Like I can get, you know, like big package of like chicken breasts and thighs for like, you know, $2.50 a pound. Put it in a deep freezer, and that'll be, you know, enough to last me about, you know, 2 weeks or so with you know, family and everything. I'm trying to figure out if I should put chicken or clams with it. Ooh. Clams does sound pretty good, especially with the oyster and the fish sauce and everything. That does sound like it would taste pretty good. Add some mushrooms and a fried egg too. Ooh. Yeah, if you're going mushrooms and fried egg, I'd go with adding the chicken. I think that'll go really well. That would be real tasty. Yeah, I say go chicken. I love oysters, but it's always difficult finding things that they go well with. So oftentimes they kind of stand out a little bit too much taste-wise, and some things just don't mesh well with it. Brake right at the barriers there. Right, this thing has dreadful brakes. That's the other thing as well. The Corsa does not have good brakes. The Corsa has some pretty dreadful brakes. It does not like to slow down, which is one of the benefits that normally the slower and the lighter cars usually have, is they're good at stopping, so you can outbrake your opponents. This, you can't really do that. The only problem is that chicken is frozen so longer. The clams are in a can. Oh, yeah. So if that's the case, definitely go clams then. Sounds screaming brakes. Yeah, no, the brakes in this thing are absolutely dreadful. Poor little Corsa. Mid-car 2 is better? Sweet. Nice. Did you manage to beat low car? Did you manage to beat the high car as well? Getting all of those cars. You know what's really cool though is as your car gets upgraded, you can actually hear like other modifications being done to the vehicle. Like you can hear like the racing brakes that have like the screeching, you know, the squealing and everything. And your car does get better brakes there. You hear, you know, the slight whine of a straight cut racing transmission at certain RPMs. The engine note gets more aggressive. The exhaust note gets more aggressive. Like the game's sound design for a 2005 game is very good. Completed both high cut and low cut stories. Nice. So what all did you win? What all vehicles did you win for the completing those stories? I imagine both high car and low car themselves. But other vehicles that you could have won. Alright, the suspension setup definitely is improved. The mid-speed and high-speed cornerness is a lot better. The turn-in is very, very good. I gotta get better at trail braking on controller. It'll help me with turn-in on some of these understeery cars. You want high car, low car. A donut media Ford Supervan. Aw, sweet. I love the Supervans. Those things are cool. And a Formula Drift 240 SX. Nice! Drift car! What generation? S13, S14, or S15 for the 240 SX? I might be getting confused with the 200 SX. It's one of the two that was the Sylvia, where it's multiple generations, and then maybe the 240SX is the fastback S13. Maybe I got it backwards. Remembering alphanumerics is always difficult, because I usually refer to the 96. Okay. So that's the S13, I think. S13? S14? I have to double check. I have to double check after this race. 'Cause now I'm trying to remember exactly when the cutoff was. Like I know S13 was basically all throughout the 80s and early to mid 90s. So that might be an S14. That might be the S14, the earlier S14s. Yeah, probably. Still though, the Nissan S chassis in general, absolutely amazing chassis. Great for if you're doing grip racing, drifting, toge racing, all that stuff. They are very, very great, very, very good cars. Okay, yeah, it's the S14. It's the S14 chassis. That's the 240SX. There we go, that's another level up. We're 2. Please be 2. Nope, only 1. We just get grippier tires. That's fine, that'll help us. That'll help us in maneuvering. Alright, we need to do a little bit better now though. We need to do just a little bit better. Oh, it's not giving us anything good. What's in the ultimate match? Okay, we can definitely beat the Estima hybrid though. But yeah, the Corsa, the Opel Vita, it punches below its what the game thinks it can race at. It's definitely a little bit slower. Some cars punch well above what the odds say they can punch at. for other vehicles, usually older vehicles, but not always. Sometimes it's like the Corsa here are much slower than what the game thinks they go. And oh boy, I'm hoping we can outmaneuver on the beginning and end stages. We can outmaneuver the minivan. If we lose to a minivan, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Now 680 to 767 cars. Nice. So you're quite a ways of the way there. What's the next group of vehicles you're gonna be going after? What are some of the next ones on the list? You gotta put it on a chalkboard with like invisible ink. Well, not chalkboard, but like a dry erase board with invisible ink that only shows up on a black light, like gone in 60 seconds. What are the next vehicles to hunt down? Gotta give them all names as well. Eleanor, Charlotte, Carol, all of that stuff. that honestly, that'd be kind of fun to have that as like a list. Gone in 60 seconds. Both the Nick Cage and the original one were both really good. And I finished up the rally expansion, get the rest of those cars. Nice. Get to go rally fast. Always good to kind of work on like a collection. Work on trying to get a bunch of similar vehicles as well. Very, very nice. So that's next on the list. A lot of off-roading. A lot of tight and twisty corners. And a whole bunch of chickens. Look at all those chickens. Because the chickens are, of all things being called out on the pace notes, chickens get called out. Okay. I like how it has its own sign as well for the pace notes. If you pay attention to the top of the screen, it's like, chickens. Oh. Yep, there are indeed chickens on the road. Oh, I gotta do a play. That's what I should do for another challenge stream. Cause this is hot sauce, known as the Reaper Rooster hot sauce, right? I have a Ford Bronco Raptor coming in a couple. Ooh, nice. That'll be fun off-road. That'll be real fun off-road. Very cool. So yeah, you're gonna be getting a whole bunch of off-road and rally cars and everything. That'll add a little bit of spice to your collection. Very nice. That's one thing that would be kind of fun to do as a challenge series. Is if I can get my hands on that Reaper Rooster hot sauce. That's a very spicy hot sauce as well. If I and what we can do is we can play through Rally Fusion again. But if I hit a chicken, or if I lose an event, not a race, but a full-on event, then I need to have a spoonful of the hot sauce. 'Cause I love hot sauce. That'd be kind of fun. I need to come up with other punishments though. Like I have like 7 or 8 punishments on a punishment wheel, but I need some other good punishments to do like other challenge streams and stuff like that. Like I want to try to do one where I play through the original Midnight Club, and basically every time I lose a race, I have to completely start over. So we basically have to try to do a complete lossless playthrough of the game. And every time I lose as well, I have to do a punishment for the next playthrough. So everything from I gotta put on cat ears and a cat choker with the bell and talk like a cat, yeah, on your to wearing a maid outfit to obviously the hot sauce, lemon juice is on there, push-ups plus a wheel respin is on there. So if you look at the push-ups, I'm not out of the forest. I gotta spin it again. And during testing, it's landed on the push-ups like 4 or 5 times in a row once. Which, ain't good. That'd be kind of a fun series as well. I think once we can play through most of the PS2 Rockstar games, that might be when we try to do the lossless Midnight Club 1 challenge. Next week the Myers makes. Oh, so they're adding a whole bunch of off-road vehicles then. Very cool. Plus, also the Myers Manx does have a little bit of like Mexican. You know, it kind of fits in with the Mexican vibes of the, you know, the kind of desert slash, you know, beach vibes of the area. So that'd be a cool vehicle as well. Will make for a lot of great photos as well, especially on the beach. That's one thing as well. I want to play some modern race games, because as much as I love the order games, I wish these order games had photo mode. I've been playing around a lot with photo mode. If you've been watching my Twitter space at all, so much photo mode. Didn't playing around with the post processing and everything, and the picture editing, cleaning up the pictures and all that. Making the colors pop more and everything. And trying out different like S curves, playing around with the contrast. It's a lot of fun. Because you can turn a rather ordinary game screenshot into something that looks, you know, quite nice actually. On like even older games as well. But I still need to learn a bunch of not only about taking virtual photos, but also then like editing them. There we go, back out in a second. We're having a really close battle with these two Imprezas. The little tiny Opel Corsa versus the Impreza STIs. They got well over 150 horsepower advantage over me. They got four-wheel drive. They got lots of grip. But we have skill. We have 100% skill. But skill does nothing on the straights. So we gotta really maneuver ourselves. Oh, they're slowing down a lot through the backwoods Radion. Nice. So what vehicle are you most excited to have added to the game that's been confirmed as being coming soon, Mr. Midnight? Any ones in particular like you're super hyped for, that you can't wait for it to be released? You're like as soon as it gets released, I am getting it. So I imagine there's a couple that you might be very hyped for. Right now, the Bronco Raptor. Yeah, that one looks like it'd be a fun one. Get to do a whole bunch of like raid style events with it, where you're tearing through trees, you know, tearing through all the mud and dirt and sand and everything. That's gotta be a fun one. I imagine a customization for that one. It's gotta be really good too. You can make it really powerful. Next up, that hasn't been confirmed yet. Should be more American cars though. Hell yeah, brother! America! Nah, I love my American cars. Like, I almost, for the ACC league I'm in, it was a tough call between the Mercedes and the Camaro. I'm like, oh, I kind of want to drive the Camaro. I really want to drive the Camaro. But since I drive the Mercedes GT3, I thought I might as well stick with the GT4 Mercedes as well, because both of them do drive similar. They have similar handling characteristics. The GT3 just has more downforce than the GT4, so it has higher cornering speeds. But they're both kind of a little bit understeery, very stable, a lot of power on the straights. Oh, trackers are turning as well. Ooh, get to do some impromptu NASCAR style races. That'll be fun. That'll be very fun. Alternatively, if there's some like open wheel-esque vehicles, you could do, you know, an old USAC style race with the old open wheel oval racers. Could be kind of cool. Take like the Audi Union D type and like the Alfa Romeo or whatever, and have them race on an oval as like a makeshift old USAC race. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. Because those vehicles have lots of power. They don't really have the best handling, so you gotta really kind of tip them around the corners. But then you get to use their power in the straights. That's the fun of like oval racing, is doing it in like the slidey cars, the very squirrely cars. Now I'm gonna race the SVJ. Spent 12 million. I mean, you bought it, you may as well use it, you know. Plus, also, I mean, the SVJ with that V12. That's gotta sound amazing. That's gotta sound really, really good. And with it being, you know, mid-engine, four-wheel drive, lots of downforce, it's gotta handle well, too. There we go. There we go. 2 more levels, I think, before we get this up to level 10. Let's do it. Ooh. Can we make it happen? Can we make it happen? Can we get the redemption at the Nordschleife? Let's do it. We got some high pace synthwave in the background. Our car has been heavily tuned. We should have more grip, we should have more acceleration. Our setup should be more complete as well. Let's go for at least a podium position, maybe even first if we can handle it. Come on. Let's go. Alrighty, decent lead, doing a lot better than we did previously. Managed to get through that first corner faster, so we didn't get dive bombed by the opponents. Come on, let's have this little Opel tear up the Nordschleife. Yeah, there we go. Much better turn into the turns. Easy. Little tippy taps to the brakes to transfer the weight to the front. Get it turned in. Oh, this is a third gear corner. A little bit too faster there. Alright, first high speed section into Flugplatz. Let's see if we catch air over the jump. You know your car is fast if you catch air at Flugplatz. Do we? No, no air, so we're still on a fairly slow car. No air at Flugplatz. But we have some decent acceleration though. Decent maneuverability at high speed. We'll probably max out around 130. Pretty much dead on the money. 129. Brake just at the end of the curb there. Down in the second gear. Use a little bit of that inside curb. Get the car rotated in. Alright, second high speed section. Here we go. Into Foxhole. Braking point is going to be this white sign just to the right. You see it there. Braking point. Boop. In faster cars, it's there. I gotta brake a little bit earlier there. Come on, this race should be enough to get us to level 10. So let's push hard. Alright, they managed to gain on us a little bit through that mistake. And also through the high speed sections. We're gonna be having some twisty sections now though, so we should be able to gain a little bit of time and then pull away a little bit, because we need a little bit of a buffer before the Dottinger Hoe, the final straight, the 1.2 mile long straight, one of the longest straights on any real life race course. And you reach some very fast speeds here. That's why even for setups, despite the sheer number of corners, the Nürburgring is actually a low downforce track. So it is very sketchy driving through here. But you need that low downforce to get that high speed through the 3 or 4 high speed sections where you're gonna be running at full throttle. That more than makes up the time through that you lose through the corners. But oh my gosh, the twisty sections become very sketchy in low downforce trim. Oval track is fun. Nice. So how big is it? How much banking is it running? So imagine if it's a fairly short oval with high banking, you could probably get some really good races with a lot of different vehicles on there. Could be really cool. Doesn't sound too bad. Alright, brake right at the green sign there. Trail brake a little bit into the corner. Get the car turned in. I'm gonna get a good exit speed. Alright, let's go. We don't have too much time. They're gonna be gaining on us rapidly on this section. Especially that Integra Type R. That Integra Type R is very fast. It's pretty small. A lap takes about 15-20 seconds. Okay, so maybe about quarter to a half mile at most track. So very short lap times. Jeez. I'd imagine you reach some very high speeds though. Could be fun. Even though it's a low banked oval, could be fun as well, trying to slide the car around the turns. Alright, I'm not seeing it in my rear view, so we should be in the clear. They have gained though. They gained about half a second through that high speed section. Alright, so now I got a bunch of mid-speed corners coming up. First we got the carousel, one of the final slow speed corners before the Dottinger Hoe. And then afterwards it's all kind of mid-speed, fourth gear corners, third or fourth gear corners. And it's gonna be a little bit tricky, but we got this. Come on. Give us some speed. A little bit of lift off, get the car turned in. Tap of the brakes, get it turned back in the opposite direction. Doesn't sound too bad though. When it's upgraded. You can hear a little bit of the racing brakes as well. That slight kind of jingling, that slight squealing sound. You can also just ever so slightly hear the whine of the straight cut gears on the transmission. Nice, keep it smooth. Alright, come on, stay focused. We got this. We got this. There we go. Stay just ever so slightly grazing those curbs. So how's the SVJ drive? Hopefully it's got some good handling. Hopefully it's got some great acceleration. I'm gonna brake just after here. But it sounds amazing though. Oh my gosh. Lamborghini V12s sound amazing. The V10s as well. All of those exotic vehicles, the sounds they make, absolutely gorgeous. That's how you know the vehicle's just well engineered. It's when it's got that gorgeous sound. There we go. Final couple of turns. I want to make sure we maximize our speed out of this corner. Come on. I don't know if we have enough of a gap. We're gonna try. Come on, Corsa. Come on, you little tiny opal. Come on. Alright, we're reaching our top speed. Damn it, I hate to traffic trusting through. Oh no, did one of them get in your way? They're like, oh, you're trying to do a speed run? Well, let's just weave all over the place. Well, you're trying to drift? Whoops, here's 3 of us. Lol, do you want to race us? No, you're doing other things? Well, that's fine. We'll still just kind of meander around here. It'd be cool if there was an option to like temporarily turn those off and then turn those back on at will. Doing a skill combo doing a... Oh! Big oof. Big oof. You're trying to get those wheel spins. Alright, this should be enough to get it to level 10. That's over 200 points. Yes. Level 10, let's go. Oh yeah. I can't believe we won that. That was some masterclass driving right there. Oh man. I'm gonna make sure cause I wanna make a meme out of this. There we go. Alright, and now let's get the medium sedan wagon for the next time we do Enthusia. We got 3 options. We got the Toyota Altezza 2-liter inline 6-cylinder. Absolutely gorgeous little 4-door sports car. We got the Nissan Wing Road. Please don't let us have the Wing Road. And of course, the Volvo S60R, the super sleeper car. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's turn on the display capture and let's see what we're driving. 1. What is 1? The RX-7 Work Stallion? If I Google this, this is gonna end up... Oh! That actually looks nice. Hang on a second. The RX-7 Twerk Stallion. Dang! That is a gorgeous looking car. Very, very nice. Very sweet. Alright, so we got 1. So we got the Altezza Toyota RS200, also known as the Lexus IS200. You were waiting for a second, weren't you? I mean, anything with the word twerk in it, I'm like, oh gosh. Oh gosh. Please don't let this be. Please don't let this be NSFW. I don't like it in the yellow, actually. Yeah. There we go, we got the Altezza. That'll be what we drive next time we do this game, 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna adjust some settings, though. Boop, boop. Unlock that a little bit. There we go. Alright, with that being said, this is almost midnight. I'm gonna be ending this stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the stream, please leave a like, subscribe. Let me know if you're doing well in the comments down below. If you didn't like the stream, please let me know what I'm doing poorly so I can fix that in the future. Good night. Thank you. You have a great night as well, Mr. Midnight. And I hope to see you all, wherever time it is for you, whatever time it is, wherever you are, may be a great time. And I hope to see you all in the next stream. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.